Good evening, everybody. This is Reverend Lynn LaBorde coming to you from the Sohmalife Sanctuary here in New York. This is our first live event for meditation since this whole energy of the COVID pandemic has started, and we're really happy to be here for meditation. We're here with some friends. We're going to do a meditation. I'm going to take you guys through a guided meditation, and then we're going to do some channeling tonight. I'm going to be bringing Hathor through, and then Rosemary's with us, and she's going to be bringing through Pleiades, which should be really exciting. So I invite everybody to go ahead and get in a comfortable seated position. Go ahead and let your feet be on the floor. Let your hands fall open on your thighs. And you can, there's a couple ways you can hold your hands. You can either have your hands so that the palms are facing up, and then you're going to connect to divine guidance. You can have the palms facing down on your thighs, and you'll be grounding and connecting with the earth. So it's just whatever feels good to you. Cool. All right. Go ahead and close your eyes and start to pay attention to your breath. Take a nice breath in through your nose, and then a nice releasing exhale through your mouth. And as you exhale, just let it all go. Another nice inhale in through your nose, and then a nice releasing exhale through your mouth. Beautiful. Another nice, long, slow inhale through your nose. And then as you exhale, let that exhale be a little longer than the inhale. Beautiful. Now I want you to imagine that you're breathing in white light through your nose. Breathe that white light in. Let it fill your body. And then as you exhale through your mouth, I want you to let go of any darkness, any tension, any worries, anxiety, any thoughts. Just let it all go. Breathe out that darkness. Beautiful. Take another nice inhale of white light. Breathe that light in. And then exhale any darkness. Beautiful. One more nice breath in of white light. Breathe that slowly, gently in through your nose. Let it fill you. And then a nice, long, slow exhale. Release, release, release. Let go of that darkness. Beautiful. Now I want you to imagine that you're breathing in golden light. Breathe golden light in through your nose and let it fill you from the top of your head all the way, bless you,
Thank you.
bless you, down to your feet. Let's try that again. A nice, long, slow inhale of golden light. And then go ahead and exhale that same golden light. You're going to kind of become like a golden light breath factory. Another nice, long, slow inhale, breathing in golden light through your nose. And then exhale that golden light right through your mouth. Beautiful. I want you to take another inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to imagine popping off your head and tucking it right inside of your heart. Just imagine like you're like a little doll. You can just pop your head off and just tuck your head right inside of your heart. And feel everything just completely calm down. You're now heart-centered. And there is an incredible sense of peace that overcomes you. The mind controls the body, but the breath controls the mind. And when you allow yourself to bring your heart in unison with your head, you begin to feel a tremendous amount of peace. Take another inhale, and with your exhale, I want you to imagine that your higher self comes and stands before you. Imagine the being that loves you unconditionally, that knows the highest and best aspects of you, the being that sees you and feels you and understands you and whispers to you things that would be for your highest and best good. Imagine what this being looks like, your higher self. Take another inhale, and with your exhale, step inside of that being. And as you step into your higher self, you will feel so loved, so held, and so known. This is a being that comes from your future, that knows the path that you are walking upon. The one that whispers to you and says, don't go that way, go this way. The one that guides you on your journey. Pause now for a moment and see if your higher self has a message for you. Beautiful. Now I want you to take an inhale in, and with your exhale, I want you to imagine that you're in this beautiful forest with trees and rocks and plants, and it's your forest of spirit. You and your higher self are going to take a journey. You notice that there is a path in the forest, and as you begin to walk upon it, you come in front of this magnificent tree. And this tree is your tree of life. You walk up to this tree and you hug this tree, and this tree takes her branches and she reaches down and she embraces you. And she pulls you towards her. And she knows you and she loves you. And you bring to her any of your cares, any of your worries, any of your concerns. And she asks you to lay anything that is a burden to you at her feet. And she absorbs them from you. And through this beautiful process of spiritual photosynthesis, she's able to take any of your heaviness, any of your burden, any of your darkness, and she's able to transmute it to light. So bring to her anything that's been weighing on your heart, anything that's been weighing on your mind, and give it to her. She takes it from you, and you're blessed in this embrace. On her leaves are written the pages of your book of life. This being has been with you, and again, knows you and loves you. She is here for you. There is a majesty to her, a grandeur. Okay? Feel the love that emanates from her for you. Take an inhale, and with your exhale, you feel her lift her limbs, and you step back. And you bow to her in a moment of reverence, thanking her. And she is there for you always. You can come and visit her anytime. Take another breath, and with your exhale, go ahead and continue your way down the path there in the forest. And you come to a clearing where there's a garden, a big, beautiful garden. There are so many features to this garden. There is a throne. It's your throne because you are spiritual royalty. You are made of the essence of divinity. Next to the throne, there's a very long bench where your visitors can rest when they come to visit. Across from the throne and the bench, on the other side of the pathway, there is a very large mirror. And as you walk towards the mirror, you can see yourself from above your head to beneath your feet. Gaze into this mirror and look into your own eyes, the windows to your soul. I'm going to walk you through a beautiful prayer of forgiveness that is known as the Ho'oponopono prayer. As you look at yourself, say to yourself, I love you. Then say, I'm sorry. Then say, please forgive me. And see if you can grant yourself forgiveness. Forgiveness for the promises that you've made to yourself that you haven't kept. Forgiveness for the things that you've done that you have felt were outside of your integrity. Places where you feel that you may have either harmed yourself or harmed another. And then when you feel that forgiveness has been granted, say thank you. Next to the mirror is a crystal chamber, a tube-like structure. There is a metal grate and it's vented. And as you step into this chamber, this gorgeous violet flame comes and surrounds you. And what it begins to do is it begins to burn off the dross. It begins to burn off the impurities. Any energy that may have attached itself to you that weighs you down. This is the violet flame of Saint Germain. Violet flame, come forth. Violet flame, come forth. Violet flame, come forth. And you feel yourself completely embraced in this chamber by this magnificent, cleansing, violet light. It's purifying you, bringing you back to your natural state, helping you to remember that you've been living inside of a dream, helping you to wake up. And as you stand there, the flame begins to lessen, and it eventually goes out. And you emerge from this chamber, and you walk back across a path, and you take a seat on your throne. At this time, you're going to invite one of your guides, one of your spirit guides, to come and stand before you and see if they have a message for you, something that they want you to know. Who is it that comes to stand before you today? And what is their message of love? Can you allow yourself the ears to hear them? Can you thank you? Can you thank them for their presence with you today? And then go ahead and ask them to have a seat at the bench. Next, I want you to invite a being who's crossed over to the other side of the veil to come and be with you. Who is it that comes forth? And what is the message that they have for you? What message of love do they have to deliver for you today? Thank them for coming to join you here in your garden of spirit. And once again, ask them to have a seat at the bench. And then finally, invite a being to come forth, whether they're here or on the other side, someone that you have had some difficulty or a challenge in forgiving. Who is it that comes before you? Can you find it in your heart to grant them forgiveness? Can you find it in your heart to bring the generosity of love and forgiveness to them? And if you can't fully forgive them, see if you can make a little crack, a little dent in your heart to let a little more love out and a little more love in. Beautiful. And once again, ask them to have a seat at the bench. This is your garden of spirit, and you can come and visit anytime. There are other features to the forest, to the garden that can be explored at other times. Thank those who have visited you today. Thank your guide. Thank your beloved who's crossed over, and the being who came to visit you so that you could bring more light and more love through the act of forgiveness. Thank yourself for your own self-love that you granted yourself by allowing yourself to be a part of meditation tonight. Getting up from your throne, make your way back to the edge of the forest, and once again find yourself on the path that leads to your tree of life. Know that this tree loves you and is always here for you. And walking back to the entrance, take a nice inhale, and with your exhale, find yourself seated back in your chair. You've just allowed yourself to have a journey to the other side, to cross the veil. It's a journey that you can take any time to be with loved ones, to be with yourself, to spend time in forgiveness, to spend time connecting to those who have crossed over. Thank yourself for granting this time to be with your own heart, to be with your own higher self. Take an inhale, and with your exhale, go ahead and step outside of your higher self, who has been your guide on this journey. Take another inhale, and take your heart, take your head out of your heart, and pop your head back on your shoulders. At any time that you want immediate connection to your own soul, just pop your head off, put it in your heart. You're instantly connected. And if you want a deeper connection, call forth your higher self and step inside. And you will indeed immediately be connected to the deepest and richest aspects of self. You can begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes and bring yourself back to your body. Take a nice inhale. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and open your eyes. Beautiful. Okay. We have some people that have come for meditation for the very first time, and I want to thank you both for coming on that journey with us. How was it?
Good. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely interesting.
I kept hearing "Welcome back."
Oh, I
was
bet
good.
they were delighted to see you.
So many. It's
Yeah, it was beautiful.
crazy. Yeah.
It's beautiful. Did you guys meet up with anybody that you knew on the other side?
I don't know, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I am the person on the other side was not someone I knew in life, but John Andre, the one I'm writing the book about,
Mm-hmm.
the romance novel.
Yeah.
He came to me and said, "Finish the book."
Yeah.
He wants it to be finished.
Good.
So I'm going to start working on that.
Rob's been getting the same message
Really?
to finish his book.
How funny. We're very connected to like the Revolutionary War stuff. It's funny.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go into trance. I'm going to be bringing through Hathor, who is the Egyptian goddess of women. Here we go. Greetings, beloveds.
Welcome.
Indeed, it is a delight to have you back with us, dear one.
Thank you.
Your absence has been noted.
Mm-hmm.
You have been absent from yourself, most significantly.
Mm-hmm.
We are the beingness that is known as Hathor. We come from the star system that is known as Lyra. The brightest star in this constellation is known as Vega. We have been part of the amalgamation of alien heritage that has helped to populate the civilizations that have existed for millions and millions of years upon this planet. And we are here to help souls in the evolution and the transformations that are deeply embedded in this time of revolution upon your planet. We have indeed foretold of many of the events that are occurring, and we would like to caution you, beloveds, to know that it is not a time to feel that everything is as usual.
Mm-hmm.
You are indeed still deeply immersed in cycles of chaos. These restrictions that are being imposed upon each of you are for your protection, and there are indeed many who are choosing to release at this time. But you must understand that this has all been agreed to prior to any of your incarnations. Those of you who have continued to remain with your heads in the sand, those of you who have chosen to not pay attention to the warnings, will find that there are indeed consequences and repercussions. However, you can always begin. And for you, those like you, beloved, you can begin again. You have not gone as far afield or as far away from yourself as you think you have. However, you have turned a blind eye and a blind ear to that which you have known innately, and it is time for you to awaken. Gentlemen, you are so welcome to be here. You were called by aspects of your own souls that you are not even aware of to come and be with us. And we welcome you. We greet you, and please know, beloveds, that this is not the first time that we have become acquainted with each other, but each of you are awakening, and each of you are walking on your path of remembering your own soul's existence. Your dreams are much more fanciful than you might recall, and we welcome you to be in our presence. What questions do you have for us, dear ones?
So I remember before COVID hit or anything, you were coming through and you were saying that there would be a mass exodus of souls. And then
Indeed.
Only a few months later, it occurred, obviously, with the COVID on planet Earth. And I just wanted to know, like, what more? Is there another exodus coming, another wave?
Indeed. You shall see the heightening of souls that are choosing to exit at this time. It is occurring each and every day. People have become quite reckless and careless, and please understand, beloved, that there are many races and many civilizations that have indeed not only been approaching to assist, but are watchful of that which is occurring. There will indeed be, unfortunately, based on the direction of this civilization at this time, another mass cleansing. This will be happening within the next several hundred years, so it may not be within each of your lifetimes. However, some of you will be coming back, joining once again on the wheel of incarnation, and some of you will choose to go to other dimensions and other realms. But understand, beloved, that those who have come to help. Those who have come to bring light. Those who have come to do their work and to play their parts in all that is indeed occurring. What is the most important feature and aspect of what is occurring is for each of you to bring yourselves to your highest vibration of existence. This occurs through quieting the mind. This occurs through sitting in quiet contemplation, asking the hard questions. Why am I here? What am I doing? What is my sole purpose? There is so much more to your existence than telephones and televisions and movies and games. There is a greater, wider, and broader landscape to what is occurring. And what is indeed occurring is a transformation. A transformation that is asking each of you to look deeply within, to tell the truths to yourselves where you have not always, and to let yourselves be standing within the light, and ultimately to find, once again, that field of neutrality, that place of going within and saying, I choose not to have a reaction to any particular circumstance. Rather, I choose to stand in a field of love and a field of acceptance, rather than rebuke and say this should not be the way that it is, for it is that way, and was chosen at some aspect of soul development. There are no accidents, dear one. Everything happens by design. It is the very fabric and the existence of this dimension. The studies of sacred geometry become important for when one learns how to operate one's own Merkaba, when one learns the languages of light that have been represented through symbols and sounds. One is then able to alter the very landscape of existence, of one's existence. The study of light language, the study of sacred geometry, the study of the healing tones used by many beings to bring about balance and neutrality, the study of crystals and the empowering and the programming of crystals to use in one's ascension process. This is technology that has been in the shadows and is now meant to be brought back into the light. Understand that finding a crystal and imbuing it with your own existence allows you to remain neutral when you find yourselves at times agitated. When you can take a Lemurian quartz crystal and fill it with your light, in a moment when you would find yourself upset, should you hold this crystal, it will harmonize you back to your own neutrality.
Wow. Thank you.
Indeed. Indeed, beloved.
You guys have any questions?
Do you know a person named Shri Shamor?
We do not know this being, beloved. What is your question, dear one?
If you knew him, or knew anything about him.
We have an impression of a being of Indian descent. We have an impression of a being of great humor. We have an impression of a being of, the word that you would use would be mirth. One who can bring levity and humor. The very essence of this being is lightness and joy. Do you find this to be the association?
Yes.
You, beloved, have within you a gift that has brought you to us. We would ask that you would allow yourself to bring your gifts forward. It is a request that you can either accept or decline, but there is much light that lives inside of you, dear one, and it would be for the benefit of many for you allow yourself to bring that light forth. It is timely.
I accept.
Indeed. Beloveds, it is now time for us to depart.
Thank you, Hathor.
Thank you.
Indeed, it has been our honor to be with you. You will be seeing much more of us, as we shall be seeing more of you. Greetings and salutations, beloveds.
Thank you.
Our blessings are upon you always.
Welcome back.
Okay. Woo. Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, everybody. Okay. You ready?
Let me run to the bathroom.
Okay.
So I don't really need to be on camera or anything.
Okay. I send you all my love. Thank you so much for being with us this evening. It has been my delight. Talk to you all soon.